The peninsula of Baja California lies along the west coast of North America.
On the cliffs behind me, we've got some of the tallest pharaoh cactus on the planet, endemic to this island. And I really can't wait to see it. Pharaoh cactus Getty. Also got a bunch of cardones up there. This is absolutely like all-time Indiana Jones. I feel like the little fat kid from Up right now.
The island is officially named Isla Catalana, but in the mid-1850s when the U.S. Navy charted the Gulf, the map makers changed the name to Isla Santa Catalina, which is insane to think about. The wrong name was spread internationally, causing confusion to this very day. Now, Isla Catalana is home to a number of endemic species of not only cactus, but reptiles as well. However, we made the 2-hour boat ride here to see the giants of Catalana, the tallest pharaoh cactus in the world grow here.
So you guys see the gigantic cardones, right? Everybody knows the big cardones. You see how fat they are? Look at this. Is a pharaoh cactus right here, okay? This is a pharaoh cactus, all right? Look at, let's talk about the base of this thing. Hard as a rock. Okay. I don't even know. That's it. How tall do you think that is? Easily. I mean, it's probably 4 feet wide at the base. God. Just look at that thing. Look at the way it corks and then goes to green and then the golden spines at the top. Wow, man. Yeah, Bursera microphylla grow right next to a big ass flowering Getty. Oh, baby. Look at that. Little flower. Looks like it's been chewed on a little bit. Then you get the fruit. My. This is a small one. That's a tiny one. All right, up the mountain we go. More of that Bursera microphylla. Look at the trunk in there. See that? Yeah, and it's growing right in here with this other, what I believe is a Jatropha species. I'm unsure of the exact species.
Bursera is the type genus of the family Burseraceae, of which there are some 17 genera of tropical aromatic trees and shrubs, frankincense and myrrh among them. 2 genera from dryland regions, you have Bursera in the New World and Commiphora in the Old World. They've both evolved pachyhaul and are highly attractive to collectors, especially the lovers of bonsai. The fat, oddly gnarled trunk and branches have decorative bark and are nicely set off by the delicate, finely divided leaves. Bursera microphylla has also been used by the Seri people of the Sonoran Desert as a treatment for sore throats, as a painkiller, or for herpes and wound healing. Dried stems and leaves of Bursera microphylla are used in a tea to relieve painful urination and to stimulate bronchial secretion. Furthermore, it's also been used for fighting venereal diseases and could have potential applications as a cancer treatment where it's been shown to assist with the anti-proliferation of cells. Here on the island, its swollen trunk has been windswept by the air currents in the Gulf. These plants cannot grow tall lest they be broken down during storms, so they've adapted to their environments by growing low to the ground. Any genetics here that pushed for a more vertical growth habit have been stunted and crushed by the ferocious winds that relentlessly pound the island. Although they are close to vast supplies of water, it's far too salty and they must store any water that they get on a rainy day to survive the brutal climate that returns during the long summer months.
More. Look at the size. This is all, so you see the way that it's growing across the ground? Well, looky here. Looky here. You see that trunk? That is the Bursera, and it's branching out all the way down to right here. And I'd say it's probably not at its absolute highest point. It's probably no higher than 2.5 feet off the ground. I've never seen the Burseras growing like this, and I gotta tell you, it's a sight to behold. Speaking of sights to behold, Lord have mercy. Double header? Twin turbos? Look at the beast behind it. Gosh. Wow. You guys, I'm in awe. I'm in absolute awe. Big giant, just barrels of water. Barrels of water. And growing right on the cliffs.
Phaerocactus degetti is the tallest phaerocactus in the world, reaching upwards of 12 feet. The iconic barrel shape only lasts until the cactus matures, where it assumes an almost columnar stature. The generic name refers to the ancient Greek phaerox, meaning very spiny. The specific epithet honors Leon Deguet, a French quester who was investigating pearl fisheries here on the island way back when. A Gulf Island endemic, it's only found on Carmen, Catalana, Cerro Dazante, and San Diego Islands. This cactus is an example of the phenomenon of gigantism, well known to island biologists. It's quite common for species found on islands, both plants and animals, to be significantly larger and more robust than their nearest relatives on the mainland. And these are bigger than any of the other populations growing on any of the other islands here in the Gulf. It demonstrates the ribbed columnar structure that is an important adaptation for tall cacti growing in areas of uncertain rainfall. Water is stored within the tissues of the trunk during times of abundance, and as the trunk swells to hold it, the ribs flatten out. As water is used during later dry times, the pleating of the ribs allows for the size of the column to shrink, while still providing structural strength for the tall trunk. A common cause of disaster for barrel cacti is they often grow at a slight angle, and where their column is filled with water, they become top-heavy and fall over. Extrafloral nectar glands are present in many species of phaerocactus, from our Southern California native Cylindraceus all the way down to Emeryi and many others. However, I didn't notice any nectar on any of these, but that doesn't necessarily mean they didn't produce any, because in many cases, ants eat it the moment it becomes available for them.
You got your little flower bud.